Hello, hello, and good evening. Welcome to part two of how to stay on track with your fitness health goals. My name is Trynette Lariba, and I am the Curvy Fit Lifestylist coming to you live on this Thursday evening. So, if you missed part one, make sure you go back and watch part one. And I'm actually answering the question of one of the Curvy Fit Chicks in the group. So if you're not a part of our group, please do go to our Curvy Fit Chicks group right here on Facebook. If you're an active curvy woman or you're aspiring to be an active curvy woman, you'll find all the encouragement, empowerment, and support that you're looking for from a community of other confident, curvy, courageous, and fit women. So Curvy Fit Chicks, if you're new here, we are an organization that supports, empowers, uplifts, and encourages the active curvy woman on her quest to live out a holistically fit, well, and whole life. And we do that by providing trainings, tools, and techniques on how to do just that. We are a believer in, we're a believer in enjoying the process. This is a lifelong journey for us, and so we're here to till the end, and so we don't take any shortcuts. So part one, I'll just review what we went over. Part one, we talked about killing your excuses. We talked about forgiving yourself, and we also talked about being accountable and accepting where you are right now. So we're going to go over the last three tips on how to stay on track. Okay. So the fourth one is to execute. Okay. So we ended last night speaking about killing the excuses. We talked about writing out any and all excuses that you have made that have become barriers to you getting fit and being healthy. All right. So we talked about how to do all of that. So the fourth step, which will be the first step that we're doing tonight, would be to execute. Okay. And all execution is actually, that is your follow through. So that means whatever you said that you were going to do, you already put your plan in place. Now you're going to be executing. You're going to be doing what you said you were going to do. That means you're going to be going where you say you're going to go. This is where you'll be checking off all the different things that you committed to in the execution phase. So this is very, very important because you don't want to just come to all these conclusions and then you don't follow through. This is the mistake that many make, and why they go in cycles and cycles over and over again, because they did not execute. All right. So make sure that you're executing now that you know what it is. All right. So you want to make sure that you're sticking to the script. All right. Now, not to say that you're not flexible, because I'm all about flexibility. However, we usually change our methods and not the goals, right? But that doesn't mean that we're not going to execute. Okay. So that would be number 4. Number 5 is you want to make sure that you're staying within a mindset of being intentional. All right. And so what that means is that you are making plans, right? So you've all heard the saying that you plan to fail if you fail to plan, right? So you're going to be someone that plans ahead. This is very critical. We do lead very busy lives here in the States. There, especially if you are an active curvy woman, especially if you're a mom, you have 50 million things on your to-do list. But I tell you what, your list for yourself, you should create a to-do list for yourself, your top 3 things that you have to accomplish that are your priorities for each day. And you should have your workout on at least 3 of those days as a priority to take care of you. Okay. So you should have, if you need to have your own individual to-do list separate from the family's to-do list, please do so. that may be a way for you to stay on track. Okay. So the next thing that you want to do is figure out what you need to do. So on Sundays, that is our designated day in the group that we do our planning. So before each week starts, you want to be sure that you are well prepared. You want to be well prepared for the week ahead, okay? Because when you can anticipate what's going to go on for that week, you can see right in front of you which days are going to be heavier days, how you may need to rearrange your schedule, where you may need to do what. You may need to call some people ahead of time to arrange for maybe pickups for your children. You may need to make sure that you're packing lunches and whatnot. So you want to make sure that whatever you're doing, if you're planning ahead, that means that now you have, you can see in advance where there may be some gaps, some opportunities where you can go ahead and get your workouts in, right? So you want to plan for your success and you want to be prepared. So when we're talking about preparation, that could be things like usually on Sunday, I'll try to cook if I have enough excess. I'll try to cook 2 or 3 different meals on Sunday, right? So that will allow me to not have to do any other cooking for the week. Or what I'll do is I'll cook one meat and make sure that I cook enough staples so that when I cook another meat, probably by Tuesday or Wednesday, then I'm good to go. I don't have to, spend a lot of time in the kitchen. So you want to make sure that you're preparing in that way. You want to make sure that you fill up your tank on the weekend so that you don't have to keep stopping here and there and everywhere. All right. So that is a way to prepare. You can also prepare your, make sure that you're preparing your lunches at home. Okay. So you don't have to leave the premises at work. So you don't have to spend any excess money. Make sure that you are already prepared. And also, so you're not rushing in the morning. The more that you get done at night, the better that you'll be prepared to stay on track and ready to do your workouts. Okay. So you want to make sure that you are preparing in that way. Also preparing, under there comes many different things. You can be preparing what you're going to wear for the week. Make sure that you're ironing everything in advance that you're wearing for that week. Make sure that you have prepared your gym bag with all the necessities that you need, depending on what type of exercises that you're doing. But in general, you'll definitely need a clean towel. You'll need a change of clothes. Make sure you have your sneakers. Make sure that you have your athletic active wear attire. Make sure that you have some travel wipes or baby wipes. Want to make sure that you have some deodorant, some soap, toothbrush, toothpaste, anything that you may need to get you prepared and ready to transition at any given time so that you are workout ready. Make sure that you are always ready, because if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Okay. So make sure that you're being very intentional, not only in planning and preparing for the week, but also in what you're listening to throughout the week. So to make sure that you're staying active, to make sure you're staying motivated, to make sure that you're hearing things that are reinforcing this new habit that you are creating, make sure that you are around people who have that same mindset. Not just have that mindset, but are actually executing those things. So you may have to choose to be around a new group of people who are already doing what you want to do. You also want to eliminate things that tend to slow you down or have caused a barrier to you getting fit. So you want to eliminate those things. You want to avoid those areas and you want to avoid those people. Okay. You also want to listen to things. So maybe you want to listen to podcasts while you're driving that are speaking about the things that you want to listen about. Maybe they're speaking about fertility. Maybe they're speaking about hair care. Maybe it's speaking about sisterhood. Maybe it's speaking about detoxification of bad attitudes. Maybe they're talking about different types of training shoes. Maybe they're talking about how to train for a marathon, how to train for an obstacle course race. Maybe they're going into those type of things, or you want to be in a group such as Curvy Fit Chicks group where you can share your fitness goals every week and let us know if you're actually achieving those goals, right? So as you put it out there, then people are going to look for you to do the things that you said you want to do. That is being intentional about being intentional about staying fit, being intentional about getting your health done. You want to make sure also that you are reading things that reinforce what you are looking to do in your fitness, right? So you may want to subscribe to Instagram, social media channels, or to different media outlets that are all about health, wellness, things such as that. So you want to get things sent to your inbox. So maybe you might want to be on the email list of different health magazines, Curvy Fit Chicks. You can subscribe to our channel. We send information out at least once or twice a month, just to stay up to date and abreast on the curvy fitness world. So you want to constantly be in contact with that type of thing. If you're looking to do some workouts in Palm Beach County, feel free to DM us. Maybe you want to come out to one of the fitness sessions and see if that works for you. And if you don't, that's fine too. It's not necessary that you have to work out with me or have to work out with one of the trainers. You can have your own regimen, but make sure that you actually have one. Make sure that your mindset is where it needs to be. Okay. And make sure that you're pursuing this on purpose, right? Pursue and go after your fitness goals and health goals like your life depends on it, because it actually does, right? It actually does. Like your vitality of life, your quality of life really does depend on how well you're taking care of yourself. You want to do as much preventative measures yourself than to be reactionary, and having to go to the doctor and getting these quick fixes because you haven't done the necessary things on your end to prevent many different things from happening. A lot of things too are caused by just not taking care of ourselves well enough, right? So deprivation, a lot of times, neglecting our own health, and that's not what we want to do. So the last and final thing is about trusting the process. So it's definitely going to be a process to get from A to B to Z. It is not anything that you want to rush. You understand? I know you may be 375 pounds, but you did not become 375 pounds in 1 month. So you cannot, look for something that's going to, quick start and reduce you drastically, in 2 or 3 months. Absolutely not. First of all, you want to make sure that you are actually tackling what the problem is. And so the thing is when you're reducing, thank you so much, when you're reducing your weight that quickly, you're not actually getting to the root of what the issue is. So you want to actually trust the problem and understand what caused you to get to where you are right now, and then slowly remove those things one by one. First thing you had to do was make that decision, which you did. The second thing that you had to do was now to make sure that you're going to be disciplined and you have the drive to get it done, right? To stick to the script. All right. So there's no skipping the process. It's going to be a long process. It's definitely going to be a journey that you are on. And so I want you to be realistic about it. Okay. So you're asking, oh my goodness, well, how long is this process? What all is in this process? Actually, it all depends on you. It really depends on you and what the root cause of your issue is, right? I don't concentrate solely on weight in the Curvy Fit Chicks because there's usually something else going on that caused you to neglect yourself to get to this point in time. So if you're only focusing on the weight and if you're only focusing on the number on the scale, you're going to cause problems for yourself, okay, one way or the other. So It's best to just take your time, let your body, learn your body and what it's saying to you, learn to communicate with it, learn to understand it, really get to know it inside and out. And trust me, you will be so glad you did. Not only that, but it helps you to have long-term results because it wasn't something really quick that you did, right? And it allowed your mind to really have a chance to cause a paradigm shift, because that's what you really need. You need a complete mindset transformation. That is what you really need in order for there to be this long-term permanent change in your life. Okay, so you want to trust the process, and you want to make sure that in the beginning, if you need, so that you're tracking your progress. So what types of things would you want to track? So you want to track things like your sleeping patterns, right? So there's no surprise as to why cell phones and different apps provide you the ability to track your sleep. Why? Because sleep is one of the best things that we can do for our body, is to get some adequate sleep, right? So that is the start of your healing. That is the start of your restoration. That is the start of regeneration, is you getting adequate amounts of sleep. Okay. The brain will not function at its optimal without sleep. It is one of the reasons why it is used as a weapon of war, because sleep is that powerful. It is something you absolutely cannot skip. Even if you're hungry, if you're sleepy, the sleep will win. Your body needs to sleep. So make sure that you're getting adequate amounts of sleep. So make sure that you're tracking how many hours of sleep that you're getting each night. Why am I tracking that? When you're tracking things, it helps you to actually see and realize where there are opportunities for improvement and where the ball has been dropping. Because sometimes people say, "Oh, I get enough sleep, or I can survive on 3 hours of sleep. I can survive." We're not here just for surviving. We're here to thrive as Curvy Fit Chicks. You know what I'm saying? So you wanna track your sleep. You can track your water intake as well. All right. You can track your exercise. So not only have you exercised today, yes or no? How long was your exercise for today? What type of exercise did you do? How many days this week have you exercised? That kind of thing. You also can just check off if you are adequately eating, because there are many people who eat once a day, or eating once a day, and yet they're still, extra large, morbidly obese, and wondering why they are still so overweight still. And it's because, oh, sorry about that. Nobody ever calls until you're busy. You know that? What was I talking about? Oh, I was talking about tracking what you eat. So you may realize that, oh, I'm only eating once a day, or I'm barely eating, So you need to increase the amount of food intake. A lot of times people need to increase the amount of food intake, but it also coincides too with your level of activity. So as your activity is increasing, you'll notice that you're becoming hungrier. And that means not only that you need to increase your food, but increase your quality of food, right? But your body will help you to sift through what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what all you need. And the other thing that I like people to track, and this is probably just the nurse in me, is also their output, right? So how often are you urinating? What color is your urine, right? Because urine can range from clear all the way down to, brown. So what is the color and quality of your urine? Is it odorous or not? How long does it take before the color lightens? Like all of these things, will let you know how hydrated you are. Okay. If you're not urinating too much or too often, then you know definitely that your your water intake needs to increase. Okay. And we'll go into, I did a video last week on how to make sure that you're staying hydrated. I think I went over tips on how to make sure you're staying hydrated, but we haven't gone into hydration health and why it's so important to be hydrated and what it does and this, that, and the next. So if you want me to do something like that, let me know in the comments below and I'll do a separate video for that, because that can be a little lengthy. So you want to, you want to be checking your output. Pay attention to that for your urine. You also want to check your output for your feces. Okay. So how often are you defecating? Are you having any difficulty or constipation when you're trying to defecate? Is this something, what is the quality like? What is the color like? All of these things are a part of your health profile. Okay. So when we're talking about you getting healthy and you tracking things, this is something that you should really be paying attention to. And the last thing is that I want you to be patient, right? I want you to be patient with the process, right? Because it's going to take some time. Anytime that you're changing from one habit to another habit, your body's going to be like, I don't want to do this. I'm fine doing what I was doing. That's not what we want. No, that's not what we want. We want to change. We want to be patient with the process. Forgive yourself. Make sure that you're sticking to this script. Okay. It's very, very important. So have patience. Progress does come. All right. Progress does come. So with patience and persistence, you will see progress, and you want the progress to happen from the inside out. All right. So, in a nutshell, in order to stay on track with your fitness, you're going to have a change in your mindset on your priorities in life, your priorities for your health and fitness goals. And you're also going to have to move, right? So once your mindset is set and going, then you got to move, right? So there can be no change if there's no movement, right? So even in life, there's always a movement. So you can look at Curvy Fit Chicks as a movement, right? Because we're going after curvy women, and we want them to be active. We want them to be fit. We want them to have the best body that they can have so that they can also have the best life that they can have. You understand? So that mindset has to change. You have to move. You have got to move, and don't be afraid of the movement. Don't let discomfort scare you. Don't let, oh my goodness, this may be painful. Don't let, oh my gosh, people might be looking at me and I might be doing it wrong. Oh my gosh, what if my shirt comes up? Look here. Do not be worried about what anybody else may say. Do not be worried about what anyone else may think. You are here to save yourself. You are here to make a difference in you. Okay? So nobody else can do it for you. It has to start with you. You have to believe that this is something that you can do. I don't care if you have tried 15 times. This 16th time, you must believe that this is the time for change and that my mind is made up. I have made the decision to move forward and I'm going to do it. I'm going to make my plans. I'm going to write out my goals. I'm going to write out my plans. If I need to meet with someone, if I need an accountability coach, maybe the group is not enough for you. Maybe you need an actual coach to be alongside you on this journey. And if that is the case, please let us know. But you must, and I repeat, you must first decide and believe that you are worth it, that you love yourself enough to show yourself that you're going to take care of it. You understand? Like, you must first love you. God loves you, yes, and does things to prove it. So if you love you, then this is something that you must prove to yourself. And it's something that you're going to prove to yourself in this year. This 2019 is going to be the year of change, the year of elevation, and the year of yes, I can and I will. All right. So I hope this has been of help to you. Please let me know if there anything specifically that you need or would like for me to discuss. And I'm here to answer your questions. Thank you so much. And I will see you on the flip side. Remember, as always, this is Trynette Lariba, your Curvy Fit Lifestylist. And remember to stay fit, curvy, well, and whole. Make sure you're following us all over the internet sphere at Curvy Fit Chicks. And we'll be seeing you in the group. Take care.